My name is Naana Ofori-Karikari. I am a dental surgeon by profession. I've been married for 4 months. I am married to Dr. Robert Niyama Queensron. He is a medical officer actually. Yeah. We met in medical school. So in medical school, I think you do level 100. No, I don't think. That's actually what happens. You do level 100 in University of Ghana, Legon campus. And then from level 200, we start taking the bus to Korle-Bu for lectures, but we sleep at Legon. So yeah, I think it was the first day. He was a UGMSA executive, that's University of Ghana Medical Students Association executive. Yeah, and he was tasked to take us around. I think there were 3, so they divided us into 3 groups. And I was in his group. I was walking right behind him. So it was me and my 2 friends, Gifty and Senna. They were part of my bridesmaids. Yeah, so we're walking behind him, we're talking. He asked us questions, he showed us around, and then when we're done, he took our numbers. So he took all 3 numbers. But apparently, Uncle had been eyeing me all this. Wow. He said he had been shooting his shots, but I don't see how. Hi, how are you? Are you learning? It's a short, so I like my mind was not there at all. And then I think we've just been friends since till somewhere last year. We started talking like a lot, and then like yeah, it just happened. So in December 2021, he started like when I post something, he come and do ish, irade, something like those things I always have been doing. And I'm like. Then we talk a little like, oh, how is he? He had traveled for school. It's like, oh, how is he? Like, what's going on? And I was like, oh, my mom was coming. He said he wanted Jollof. My mom said when she gets there, she'll cook for him. So apparently they went to pick him from his place. I know, right? Let's pick him from his place, take him to my auntie's house. I cooked for him. When he was going, they sent him back. But I still wasn't interested. So my auntie called me and told me I should make sure that their work doesn't go to waste too. But I'm like, he's not my anything, like, oh, we are not like that. So like we just kept talking, like he'd call me after work, those things. I think I was still playing around because I wasn't serious. And then someday he called me, I was coming back from work. He's like, I'm not taking him seriously. I'm like, I don't understand, what's going on? Like he's serious, like he wants to be in a relationship and it's like, I'm just playing around. I'm like, oh, I'm serious too. I didn't know that he was that serious. So like, yeah, that's how it happened. If he hadn't like drawn my attention to it, like I'm sure I'd have just been playing sad and like we'll stop playing and that's it. I don't know if it's a proposal. Uncle just bought a ring someday, called me, said, Ofori, I bought a ring. Do you want to see it? I'm like, so I called my sister, I'm like, what's wrong with this boy? Like, I don't even understand. He told me, I bought a ring. Do you want to see this? This is a ring. Anyway. I'm still wearing it here. And so he came down in March and then he brought it to me. Like, oh, did I marry him? I'm like, okay, think about it. So that was March. And I got married in January. So that should be like about 10 months. And I'm a mass name. Yeah, 10 months. I'm sorry. 10 months, 9 months. 9 and some, yeah. Oh, quite involved, I would say. I mean, if there's anything that I want to show to him. I mean, there was some stuff that I didn't show to him or I didn't tell him about. I was like, you did this, I didn't show to him. But so like after that, I'm like, okay. I have to make sure that like I'm giving accounts. So like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I think for those things, in my mind, I was like, oh, whenever I show anything, seem like, okay, it's okay, like go ahead and do it. So for some things, I'm like, you tell me to go ahead and do it. So yeah, but like after that, like yeah, I have to DG. So like yeah. It was producing like 70% of the budget, and I was producing 30% of the budget. The budget, he made me draw up a budget for him to look at, and then he told me to take the clothes out because he was going to cater for that. Yeah. My cousin helped me with that too, my maid of honor. Yeah, so I started doing some stuff and I'm like, hey, my money is finished, no. Because even though like I know that, okay, I want to use this amount of money to do souvenirs, and like by the time I get to the market, the price is just, it's gone up, and I'm like, nah. Like I'm eating into places that I was not supposed to. So what was like good was at some places I was able to like cut down. So I mean, like instead of going for like the really flashy things, I was able to get it like from like the source. And then I know that, okay, so maybe here cut half, because if you are buying from like an online person on Instagram, I'd have to pay, let's say 1,500. I go to Accra, I go and look, and I get like 650. And over there you hear them telling you, oh, this is where this person comes to pick from, or this is that place. So I'm like, I'm sorted. So that's what I was doing. I wanted to tailor his like suits and stuff, but he wasn't here. So getting his kaftan set was a problem. He wasn't here. He had to come and wear it that day. Even the suits that I bought for him, he wore it, sorry, the day or two before to make sure that it fits. But God being so good, I'm smart, I have good eyes, so I was able to get like things that fit him exactly. But for his kaftan, I think I traveled, I had to get one of his old like kaftans. I made a guy like look on it to sew for him, like here. So I was cutting costs at places and then like adding to other places. That's how it was. So the souvenirs, yes, the souvenirs, my party bags, my wedding invites. So I guess those things, I take it to the people who print or who do the whatever. The shea butter I bought from the north. I made my own shea butter. So I bought from the north, and my sister does shea already. So like she buys it. My brother used to work in the north, so we get people bringing, I mean like a whole, is it 1 liter or 5 liter? 5 liter buckets should be like 50 cedis or 40 cedis from the north. So we buy either the white, the yellow, yeah, and then we mix it with the essential oils. So as at the time I did citronella, what again did I do? Lemongrass and something. So we just heat it, mix it, put back into the bottles. The bottles I wanted to get from Accra. But funny enough, the Accra was really expensive than the online store. I think the online store, she had it for a long time. She wanted it to go. So she just gave it to me at, I think, like 6 cedis for one. It was pretty cool. But then the rest of the souvenirs I got from Accra, the key holders, the bottles. We did mason jars and bottles. The mason jars I got from China Mall, because Accra was expensive. I think China was like 7 cedis, 8 cedis. The most expensive would be like 8 cedis. But in Accra, they were selling like 13. Yeah, and they didn't have it in bulk like at China Mall, so I just bought the China Mall. But I bought, I don't know what to call it, like bottle flask. Yeah, those I got from Accra. I got his local slippers from Accra. Online was like 200, 250. Accra I got at 50 cedis. I had to go inside and look for some lady who kept directing me, but it was really nice. I really like how they had braided it, sort of like yours. It was really cute. Yeah. So I knew some of them, and some of them too, other people recommended them to me. For photography, I already had someone. I was going to go with them. I wanted to add an extra person, like somebody on Instagram, so that like, oh, at least my wedding will be out there. But it's when I looked at where the economy was going, and my money was going to, I'm like, it's okay. I'll just stick with the guy. Yeah. The photographer is at photogeny.gh on Instagram. Really lovely photos. Yeah. Then he gives you usually I realize that photographers they'll give you maybe 300 or 1,000 pictures or something, but he just gave me like a whole lot, and he's still uploading pictures onto the thing here. Hair, I have somebody already. Hair Extraordinaire on Instagram. Yeah. She does really nice hair. She recommends like good hair for you too if you want to buy. So yeah. Makeup, I used AY Beauty from Chicago, and then Rouge Beauty makeup artist. So for food, I use Muka Foods. The other person doesn't have an Instagram account, so Muka Foods did for the engagement. Yeah, she did a really lovely goat soup. My God. Anyways, and then the other person did she also had really nice food. Like everybody was talking about it, but she doesn't have an Instagram handle, so you can see me for her number. I'll gladly give it up. So I had 2 kentes. The first kente was by Frema _GH on Instagram. The Frema is PHREYMER. Yeah. She did a lovely. I really love the corset and everything. It was done so that I could breathe. Me, I want to breathe. I like breathing. I don't want to die on account of looking good. Yeah, but she did a really lovely job. My kente was not the normal Ashanti kente. I used some northern kente, 1 in a billion, 1 in 7 billion or something. And I bought it from GMKT or GKMT Northern Kente. They had this bazaar at trade fair. I was working with my mom. And that was way before I got married. So I just bought the kente and I put it down. I didn't know what I was going to use it for actually. So I just bought the kente and I put it down. Yeah. And then when I was going to get married, I'm like, okay, I can use it. Yeah. So I used that one. It was really nice. It came out nicely. Yeah. With the beading and all. Yeah. Just that the kente was 4 yards. So I couldn't get it as flowy as I wanted it to be. That's one thing. And because it was 1 in 7 billion, when I went back, I couldn't get like the exact thing. Like it was different things, or like the color shade was, because there were like small like thread patterns inside there. That was that. My second kente was by Atkesi Clothing. Danny, the tailor, did a really lovely job. And he doesn't charge much too. So stop spending exorbitant on kente and go to Danny. He's the real deal. Like here. And my wedding gown was by Driabina on Instagram. Yeah. She does lovely corsets and her price was just, so I've been looking around. Like I really wanted something. I wanted something really simple. Not like I don't like, I'm sorry for saying I don't like laces and like those things on my body. Like I kind of itch. So I wanted something like really simple. But the price for what I was showing like people, I'm like, so if I was going to sew like something like really lax or those glittery, what would you probably be collecting for me? So I showed her what I wanted. They actually had this half skirt that you could attach, but I felt like everybody was doing a half skirt. So I didn't want a half skirt, I wanted a full one. She was like, oh, okay, the price is still the same. I'm like, go ahead. So I just went with her. And she didn't want to use the normal satin on the market, so we had to wait until she got the satin that she wanted to use. Yeah, it was worth the wait. I really liked my dress. My gowns. So I washed them. Right after I gave it to my maid of honor, she took it to the laundry. I washed them. We are waiting to start like a rental service because my sister is going to marry, my cousin is going to marry. We're waiting for other people to marry, then we'll collect the gowns. We'll buy more gowns and add to it. And then we'll start our rental services. My kente I haven't washed though. It's still there. I don't know how. I hear when you wash kente it shrinks, and because of all the beading and stuff in front of it, I really don't know what I'm going to do with the kente. So that one is still there. I think my mother recently made me put in a suitcase. Actually, it was not in a suitcase. I just packed it into the rubber that they packaged it in. That's what I had done. My mom was like, she put in a suitcase. I put in a suitcase. The second kente though, I didn't bead the bottom because I'm like, I want to wear like the skirts somewhere, so I didn't make him touch it. So that one I wanted to church ones. Yeah, but then the other ones there, I couldn't wear them. I don't tell you tired, make we do like extra cool. Oh, and we go back to the time when this love is better. You know I love you, but I'm always on the road. Can't lie, you put me in the mood, and I know you want that too. And I carry shoulder down for you, just want my be me car. I don't make my spine loose. I don't make my spine loose. I don't carry shoulder down for you, just want my be me car. I know I like. No, it was a traditional white wedding kind of wedding. So I did the traditional on the Thursday, got a day to rest, do my rounds. Then I did the white wedding on the Saturday. I planned my wedding. I've been helping my cousins do it. I helped my sister do her planning too. Like I got vendors for her and stuff. So that's like, I don't need someone to come and tell me use this person when I want to use it. I mean, I can ask around myself. I know they say like it's a lot of work. It actually is, but I felt like after the planning, I shouldn't pay somebody like 20% of my budget to do a planning when I can actually do my own. I'll pay myself. So I did the planning myself. And then for the coordination on the day, At the Thursday, I didn't have anybody's coordinates actually, but because it was in the house, and I felt like it was something that we could wing, so we just winged it. The Saturday, I had a coordinator. For the grounds though, not for like the dress up and stuff. That I made a mistake with. I should have gotten one of them to come. They were my friends from Holy Child School prefects, Annette and Sonia. So they took care of stuff around. And then my cousin too does decor stuff, so she took care of the things in church. And then they took care of the reception stuff. But like in the house, the girls were like 13. So I didn't really make a guest list. I mean, I had a budget for, okay, so for the engagement, I wanted 150 people. And then for the wedding, 300. So that's what I made the food people do. They did a little bit over. But like, you know, these things, like definitely somebody will come who will not be, and I didn't have time to go and find bouncers to come in. Plus, people say that your head is hard. Okay, so I just went with it, like, okay. So I know that I want 300, they're doing food for 300. I just made sure I provided extra drinks and then extra water. So I think even after the wedding, like weeks after the wedding, like there were still a lot of drinks in the house. And those were drinks that were not even, how do I call it? The ones that like usually the guys bring in when they're coming with the stuff. We didn't touch those ones. Those ones just recently got finished. But like I bought a lot of drinks because I didn't want stress. A lot of drinks and water. So that if you don't get food, you get drinks. And then I think for the wedding, I made sure there was coconut too outside. So that when you come, you start drinking, filling your tummy before we went to inside and complain that there wasn't food. But I had food left for the wedding. Like there was a lot of food, so she packed the rest. Usually they'll pack maybe packs or something like for the bride and groom, but like she brought like whole containers of food and stuff from the wedding. She really did well. Yeah, and the food was really nice. It was like, oh, who did the food? I don't have her number. It's my mom's person. I could share it for everybody. Yeah, but like I didn't. So I just made sure the chairs were 150. I mean, if you come in, there are no chairs for the engagement. You stand, it's not anything. How long is the program? When you finish, you take food, take souvenir, and you go to your house. But the wedding, I think the venue had extra chairs. So if anything, you could sit, and there were some, what do we call them, pillars or those things at the side that people sit on, the short walls. Yeah. The thing about my invitation was, I did it electronically. I didn't send in, but I did for like the pastors, those big people, my mother's people, but I just did in total 50. That one, even after sharing, I think I had 25 left in the house. It's still there. I didn't share them. We just had the invites for WhatsApp things, send it out. That was it. So for the engagement, I actually had 22. And I had to cut down because I'm like, I have a lot of cousins, like my family, we are plenty, okay, and then my friends were a lot. So I think for the engagements, I just included like as many people as I could. Then the wedding, I took some of my cousins out, the ones I thought like, oh, you're a small girl, go and sit down, it's okay, you have done some. And then for the wedding too, like I had to take people, I mean, they understood, so I took people who were like really, really close to me. So the two girls I was working with, the day my husband collected my number. Two girls I was with in dental school, and then like my church bestie, and then another person. So my family members were 6. The girls were 6, and then my maid of honor, she's of my cousin, so eventually 13. So for the engagement, I made it like his features. Just do what you want to do. But for the wedding, I chose the hairstyle. I chose the design. I went to Accra. I thought, oh, that's some of the things that I bought. I went to Accra, I bought my own clothes. Because I wasn't going to somebody for you to tell me that bridal satin or this thing is 50 cedis when I can go and get it at 10 cedis. I think at the time, people were selling 15 cedis, but I got it at 10 cedis. And I just carried it and took to a tailor. So those are some of the things that I did to reduce cost here. I wanted to take exclusives at church because we have really nice places on campus so that we could take pictures there. But I'm like, oh, let me go and take pictures at the reception because I want the back of the reception to show with the lights and those things. I took 2 pictures. My mother said I should get off the dance stage and that people are coming to sit down. It's not because of me that they'll be sitting outside. I don't expect. So I had to go outside and go and look for So I'm like, if I know that this is what you do, and I'm taking my pictures at church, so that these people will come and sit down. Then later I'll come in, then you know that, oh, we are done. So that one, so we're taking the pictures outside. After 10 minutes, they said that you should come inside. They are waiting for us. It's like, oh, something crazy. So a friend came later, like at the end of the program, when everybody had left. Rachel, what's it? Her handle on Instagram, she has a deco and planning Gold Orchid events. I think she had someone's program at LIC. That wasn't on Legon campus. So she came after, like about 6. She was like, nah, I have to take pictures. So as everybody was leaving, I think she made me and my husband take pictures and say, so we got like a whole lot of pictures like after the wedding and everything. And it was still good. And the makeup still looked clean, like it didn't look like it had cleaned. That's like one thing I liked about her makeup. Because I was telling her that, oh, like usually when people do my makeup after like 2 hours, like I look like I'm tired, my face is falling down, but her makeup still looked like really, really good. So we got nice pictures after. So thank you, Gold Orchid. Please patronize Gold Orchid. I couldn't patronize. The highlights of my day actually was the pictures at the end of the day. Yeah. You can just do maid of honor, or no maid of honor at all, you can still marry, right? But like there are lots of people, if there's nobody managing them, don't do. Because that day you'll be busily dressing and they may waste your time. I don't want this makeup artist to do my face, I want the other one. Both of them came recommended. We've looked to, you think you know this person, so you want this person to do your face. Now you're causing a backlog. Because some people are doing other things before they come and do their makeup. So like everybody here should finish. So now when those people come, they come to meet you and you're still waiting in line, you've been there the whole time, what are you doing? Like, you get what I'm saying? Yeah, so if you know that you're not going to, apparently that day too, some of them said they were hungry. So we had breakfast in the morning. My mom bought cocoa, how do you call it? Both fruits, kose, those things. And then they did tea, bread. And then Lisa, she brought kinky for the afternoon because the wedding was at 1. So she brought kinky, like fish, pepper, those things. And they said they want to eat jollof. My mother went back home to go and prepare jollof. So after the time that I was dressing up where they had to put the veil on me, my mom was nowhere to be found. Even though I got to church late, like 1:10, my mother came after, like, we started the wedding. Like, wait, I think she came like 30 minutes late. She just snuck and came to sit inside. I was just looking at her in my head, I'm like, Mama, Mama. And then when she finished, she told me that I should stop taking pictures. Somebody who came late, she said I should stop taking pictures. So get somebody to manage your bridesmaids. It's really important. Yeah. If not, you find yourself wanting. And I really didn't like the experience. So if there's anything I'm going to change, next time I'm going to go for like just a few number of bridesmaids. I mean, for the engagement, I don't mind. Because that one you can come however you want to. But I made sure that their faces were nice, but come as you want. But for the wedding, because I wanted something uniform, I didn't want anybody looking. So I made sure I got this person, that person. But like now I want this one. I don't want this one. It was just wasting time. Yeah. It was all part of the why we couldn't get pictures. Because they too, when they were done, you see usually bridesmaids would finish, take their pictures and stuff. They didn't do that. Because immediately they were done, you have to wear your dress and then you have to like take the lead and go to church. Yeah. So that's one thing that I'll change. And then probably once they propose, I'll get more time to plan the wedding because I think the time was short. I mean, I knew what I wanted. I kind of had vendors and everything. And I really thought like, oh, there was time. Like, oh, it's 10 months. I really don't need that much time. But I think I actually did it well. 10 months would have been enough. Like, because I was like dragging my feet and thinking like, oh, there's time, oh, it's 10 months. Oh, it's just July. I have in January, so like 6 months. And then like September, my sister was like, nah, start buying your stuff. And so then I had to start buying. I think that's another thing. But then apart from that, yeah, I mean, you don't have anybody managing your bridesmaids in the house. Do not do it. And if you know that maybe like your sisters will listen to you, your sisters will know like Nana likes this or Ofori likes this, Ofori likes that. Just go with them and do it. Like we talk like most of the time. I mean, most of the time when he wakes up, he's going to work. When he comes back, he has to learn or he has to finish work or do it like a manuscript or something. So yeah, like we are constantly talking. Yeah, that's it. So communication is key. So honey, talk to your spouse all the time, and don't assume that they know You may think that, oh, I expect this person to do this, or I expect that person to do this. But if you want it to be done, really voice it so that you don't be disappointed.